This video sponsored by Value Testers. Great promo offer on Testo, Fieldpiece, and Bacharach. Free 2-day shipping on purchase of $200 or more on selected seasonal testing equipment. Link in description below.
Alright guys, I'm in my garage here and I got this other lawnmower here, John Deere. It's got a single stage snowblower. I have used this in the past for blowing snow. And I put a cab on it this year. It's got weights and chains. And it's got a weight box in the back too. It's got lights that I gotta hook up. And I got that backup camera I want to put on it. So I gotta probably take this door off because I don't want to wreck anything on my cars here. A bunch of old cars in here. I don't want to wreck anything, but yeah. I gotta hook up these lights and put that backup camera somewhere in here because it's hard to see when you're backing up. I'm thinking it's gonna work out good, so that's what I want to do. So I'll have to pick this up so I can open up the hood and try to get you some shots as I go here. I gotta hook up the lights. I might put a couple of switches here or something. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet though. It's a nice unit. I mean, this thing's got really low hours on it. It's got like 350 hours on it. The guy used it just for snow blowing. It's a newer one. It's got the electronic spark. It's a nice unit actually. 10 inches of snow. I mean, it's not. Be fine with it. It really does work good, but it's not like the trackless. I mean, it's not nowhere near like the trackless. But I did get the cab for it this year. And going to be pretty nice with the doors. This way here you don't get all full of snow. We ain't getting no snow this year, but I want to be ready. Let me try to get a little bit done and I'll get you some shots here, I guess. I'm probably going to mount it right here. It's out of the way. You know, getting in and out shouldn't be an issue. And if I have to open up the hood, I can just unplug it right from that little adapter right there. Just unplugs. I'm thinking that's probably the best place to put it. I could put it over here too if I wanted. Well, I took the door off, make it easier for me to get in and out of here. And I just pop off these. And there's two little things, screw that, hold it in, and this whole front should lift right up. I just popped off these 5 here and loosen this up. There's one on each side, and this whole thing will lift up. Probably gonna need a 2x4 or something. Then I can get into the hood area. It's going to take me a couple of days to do this, I'm not sure. I want to get ready before the snow comes. We haven't got no snow this year, but it's coming. I probably don't need the lights hooked up. There's 2 lights here. And there's a light in the back. I usually don't snow blow when out in the dark, but it's always good to have the capabilities. There is a choke. I think there's a light switch somewhere on this thing right here. That's probably when I'm going to hook the lights up to that switch. There is a disconnect, so I'll be able to just disconnect it if I need to. And it lifts right up to get the hood open. I'll have to get a 2x4 in here or something. Alright, so open up the hood and that stays right on there. So, you know, get access to the motor if you have to. backup camera. We're gonna find out where that's gonna get located. I probably don't need this weight rack in here. See, and I got the weights and the tires. Plus, this thing's pretty heavy. This whole cab's pretty heavy. I probably don't need that, but I guess it don't hurt. Yeah, the thing stays up there pretty good, actually. This thing doesn't have hardly any hours on it. It's a 91, I believe. 91 or 92. $392. I mean, that's not a lot of hours. The guy just used it for snow blowing. That's why it's got low hours on it. The tires are like brand new on it. Definitely a nice unit. What does it say? That's just under 400 hours. 392, right? Is that a 9? Yeah, I think so. Might have to pull this battery out to tie the, I would like to get it to hook up to this light switch. That's where I'd like to get it hooked up to. The lights was, came to this connector, and I left enough that I could, you know, wrap up in here. Then I ran it over, and here's the front lights. I did tie it in with a couple of connectors right there to the front lights. So when I turn the key on, right, and I turn the lights on, you know, all the lights come on. Front lights, and then these two here, and the one in the back. So that's gonna work out fine. When I shut this off, all the lights shut off. I'm just gonna work on a backup camera now. I figured that was the best way to do it. You know, and when I put this hood down, I could just, you know, that extra cord I could just wrap up, and if I have to disconnect it, I can disconnect it right there to remove, you know, remove the top if I have to. I'm gonna make it user friendly here. I did have to disconnect this to get that. I had to fish that line in to get it up underneath. I mean, it wasn't easy. Kind of fished it in underneath, and underneath the battery, whatnot. Wasn't easy, but I got it. Alright guys, I just put the, just jumped this plug out here. I'm gonna plug this plug, so I can just plug it directly in on the side there for power. I have to redo these connectors anyway. When I do, I'll probably put a fuse in there just to see how it works. I'll show you what I'm going to do with the backup camera. And this does have a little rubber plug on it too, so if I want to unplug that, I could just plug that in. Alright guys, I got it all hooked up. I'll show you what I did. Obviously I took that door off the other side so I don't be hitting my cars. And I put the bracket right there because it had a little cigarette lighter type of thing. So let me get in on the other side. Alright, so on a backup camera, I put it over here and I bolted it right there. I had to spin that around because it was upside down, but I can angle that wherever I want. I got all the lights hooked up. I robbed power from the seat switch over here. I disconnected the seat switch and I robbed power from it. I put a little jumper on it so you can see I'm feeding from that power that was there, and then I'm grounding right there for the backup camera. And I could change that if I want. I just have to take this whole thing all apart to run the wires. It's a lot of work. On the lights, I came in here with the wire. I reconnected everything. So on the lights are hooked up to the switch here for the lights. So I got some pretty good lights there on it, and plus the back. Now I don't really use it in the dark, but if I want to, I can. There's also a light in the back. Backup camera. What I gotta do is just push this in. It's got power. And then it lights right up. And I have it so it's staying on all the time now. I can adjust it in the back here if I want up. I want to go back more or adjust it down. I kind of want to see those blocks there. You know that now I could readjust that backup camera if I want, but I'm thinking something like that's good. Now I do have the window that goes in the back. The guy that sold me this told me it's probably better off to run it without the window so don't fog. And if I want to shut it off, I just pull this little switch out a little bit, this plug, and it'll shut right off. But it's fine. I mean, I got the little shoot thing up here. I mean, the thing works good. The thing's good for, you know, you're not gonna do 18 inches of snow with it, but I just have to put the door back on it, but it'll be alright. I think it's gonna work out for me. It's got the suicide doors on both sides to get in. I just have to hook up that other door and I'll be done. You know, and if I want to tip it more, or I can do whatever I gotta do. If I ever take this box out of here, which extra weight really does help. Weight box, I just put some blocks in there. I got my little shovel here in case the chute gets full of snow. It worked out good. And I do have the back window for it. It's right here, the back window, if I want to put it in. The guy that bought the cab for me says you're better off leaving that back window out so it don't get all foggy in here. But I'm not too worried about it because it's in a heated garage. And we'll see. If I got to take it out for air, I could take it out. It's just a matter of the two clips. But I'm kind of glad I got the lights all hooked up. And you know, I got that little cigarette lighter thing right there. And just kind of push it in partial when I want it. Just push it in all the way for power. Now, I could put it on a switch if I want. I might put it on a toggle switch, so, you know, when I want it to come on, I can put a toggle switch, but it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if I leave it on there when I'm blowing the snow, it's not that big of a deal. It's only a lawnmower. It's not the space shuttle, it's only a lawnmower. Yeah, so the backup camera is going to work out fine. Got the lights hooked up. Let's see if I don't get a lot of snow, I'll use this thing. If I get a bunch of snow, I'll use a trackless.